Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from just outside the Nether lava pumps in this Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast series. In the previous episode, we were starting to take control of the flux that is slowly being generated in our world, and in this episode, my friends, we are going to be taking further steps to make sure that those freaking aura nodes do not destroy our awesome Feed the Beast world. So sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs. Let's feed the beast that is our mind. So, I can hear some of you cyberdogs out there asking, ReNDoG, what in the name of all that is jazz are you doing in the Nether? Well, guys, number one, I wanted to come and check that our lava pumps are still working. Of course, what we're doing over here is pumping lava via this tesseract into the cyber lab so that we can power all of our machines. And what I noticed right off the bat, guys, was that something seriously crazy has happened to the ocean of lava from our lava pumps. Have a look at this, man. From what was once a beautiful still ocean of lava, our lava pumps have literally sucked out all of, look at this, man, it's like exposed an island over here, and if we look on the map, it just looks absolutely crazy what these lava pumps have done to this whole area of the Nether, man. It's totally awesome. But the real reason that I came down to the Nether, guys, was because I am trying to find a fortress, or a Nether fortress, and one of the most awesome things about having a portal gun in Feed the Beast is that you can go off missioning in the Nether to find fortresses, and you don't ever have to worry about being lost, because of course you can just use this portal gun to get back to your original Nether portal. And I have actually found a fortress somewhere in the Nether. I have no idea where it is. I headed off in this direction, actually. And the reason that I needed to find a fortress is because I need blaze rods. And the reason that I need blaze rods is because I'm trying to make something called hang on, let me just look at my research over here. No, not that one. I'm trying to build something called a Arcane Alembic, and basically what an Arcane Alembic does is it allows us to capture the excess aspects that we put into the crucible when we use the crucible to generate stuff. So all of those excess aspects that we don't use in the crucible, we can actually store in these Arcane Alembics. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit more about this later on in this episode, but I need blaze rods because we need to make brewing stands in order to make these Arcane Alembics. And I actually found myself a sweet ass Nether fortress straight through this portal. It is absolutely massive, man. It is an absolutely ginormous fortress. And what I have discovered are a few blaze spawners over here. So there's one of them, and there's another one over here. And I've managed to grind a few blazes to collect these blaze rods. But what I thought we'd do to start off this episode, guys, is to pick up these blaze spawners and take them back to the cyber lab so that we can potentially make a blaze spawner trap in our cyber lab's laboratory, or even in the RenStar, actually. And if we have a quick look at the map, you can see this is a freaking giant ass fortress, man. It is massive. And what I've done is I've made like a little isolation area in where our current mob trap is. So I want to take these blaze spawners back to the cyber labs, and we first got to take out these blazes, look. And this is going to give us an infinite supply of blaze rods, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure we can make use of blaze rods at some point in our world. I think they can actually be used in nuclear reactors, so that's pretty sweet. Let's press G, pick this sucker up, and let's get our butts through this portal. Oh, lag! Okay, there we go, there we go. Now let's head back into the cyber labs and place this freaking blaze spawner in the isolation area. Alright, here we go, cyber dogs! We have got back to the cyber labs with this blaze spawner. This thing is fragile, man. We gotta make sure that we don't drop it off in the cyber labs. It's gonna be a freaking mess. Blazes are obviously really powerful mobs, so we definitely want them to only spawn in this area over here. I collected a few of those awesome nether bricks from that fortress. Absolutely love the way that these bricks look, and I'm going to stick these blaze spawners on this pad over here until we're ready to make a blaze spawner of some kind. So let's drop this one off over here, and let's get back into the Nether to pick up the second blaze spawner over there. What's awesome about the portal gun is that the portal gun basically works separately in the overworld and in the Nether. So in the overworld you can have a set of portals, and you can have a set of portals in the Nether. So that's pretty awesome. It means we can explore the Nether completely and not worry about getting lost, which is so awesome. So let's get back to the fortress, guys. Pick up that second blaze spawner over there, and I think 2 blaze spawners is probably going to be enough for an epic blaze farm of some kind. Well, oh, that blaze was not happy that I took a spawner. Plus, there is a gas spitting at us. So let's get into this portal as soon as we can. Lag! Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. Carrying spawners through portal gun portals makes Feed the Beast lag a lot, but it looks like everything is okay. And our second blaze spawner has been successfully transported into the overworld, and let's go place it in our blaze spawner isolation area. I have no idea like what a really good blaze spawner trap looks like. Maybe you guys can help me in the comment section below, man. But these blazes are just going to spawn around here. Yeah, they're going to hang around here. That's fine. We'll just leave them in there for now. I've got enough blaze rods to continue with today's episode, so that's pretty sweet. Let's just fix up this wall over here. And, ow! Bam! Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. Alright, guys, let's head over to the enchanting facility and we can get cracking on what we want to do in today's episode. And that is, of course, taking control of the flux that is slowly being generated in our world. I've done a little bit more work around this place now, guys. You can see it's starting to look pretty sweet. What I did was I made an infinite water source over here, and I put our crucible in a new spot over here on a nice little, I don't know, this is like one tool over here, right? We've got our infinite water source and our crucible with the fire underneath it. I've also connected all of these barrels to the sorting facility, and we're getting all of the shards that we need for Thorncraft over here. Like, basically, I want to store all of the Thorncraft items in the enchanting facility, so I don't have to run back to the storage warehouse all the time. And I've connected these barrels, as you can see, to the sorting facility over here. Well, I haven't connected it completely yet, but as soon as I make that connection over there, then all of the items that our quarries are sucking up for Thorncraft will come into this area. I've also added a whole bunch of these really sweet things that you see over here, and these are actually called warded jars. Now, these warded jars are extremely important for what we're going to be doing in today's episode, and I'm explaining exactly what's going on with these warded jars in a moment, guys. But firstly, let's just recap about what we've actually been doing in the previous episode. So in the previous episode, we were attempting to take control of the excess flux that is entering our atmosphere right now. And this over here is our closest aura node over here. And as you can see, the lightning shooting out of it means that our flux is actually very high. And in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that F equals high, which is not a good thing. We've also tried to plant these silverwood trees, which are supposed to help lower flux, but they have not sprouted yet. However, we can actually use something to help those very sad-looking silverwood saplings sprout. And this is a trick that one of you cyberdogs told me about. And we can actually use something called, if we go to our Thormonomicon over here, we can actually use a magical hoe to make those trees sprout over here, the hoe of growth. And I've managed to unlock the research for this hoe of growth. And if we have a look at the recipe, we need a thormium hoe and a wand of equal trade, plus all of this jazz to make a hoe of growth, which is pretty sweet. So what we're going to be doing in this episode, guys, later on is making this hoe, getting those silverwood trees to grow, and hopefully that's going to lower our flux. The very first thing that we need to do is to take control of the flux that is coming out of this crucible over here. The reason that our flux is so high right now is because when I've been using the crucible to create all of the different things in Thorncraft, there have been excess aspects going into the atmosphere. And if you allow those excess aspects to go into the atmosphere without capturing them or taking control of them, that's when your flux gets out of hand. So what we're going to be doing today is making something called an alembic. What was it called again? Let's get back into this thing again. We're going to be making for ourselves something called an Arcane Alembic. And essentially what an Arcane Alembic is, it is basically a bottle that you stick to the side of this crucible, and it will catch the excess aspects that come out of the crucible when you actually use the crucible itself. And to make this thing is actually quite easy. We need to make some flux filters in the infusion altar, and we need silverwood logs for that. And luckily we've got silverwood logs from the tree that we cut down and some gold. And then with those flux filters, we need to make these Arcane Alembics in the infusion altar using a flux filter, a warded jar, and a brewing stand. And of course, the brewing stand is what I needed those blaze rods for. And warded jars are very, very easy to make. All we need is some glass panes and some arcane wood, which I think I've got over here. And to make this arcane wood, all you got to do is stick 4 great wood logs into the arcane workbench, and check it out, we get some arcane wood blocks, and to make these water jars, you just need some arcane wood blocks over here and some glass panes to go around like this, and check it out, you can make this sweet ass thing called a watered jar. So that is absolutely awesome. And what these water jars do is really, really sweet. So once we've got those Arcane Alembics added to this crucible, we will be able to transfer the excess aspects that those alembics are going to collect into these water jars. And the infusion altar will actually take aspects from the jars around it. Remember, when we use the infusion altar, we need to it needs to suck aspects from the crucible. And instead of this infusion altar sucking aspects from the crucible, it's actually going to suck aspects from these water jars, which is absolutely so sweet, man. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do now, guys. I'm just going to get everything that we need created, the brewing stands, the alembic, those arcane alembics, and I'm going to get to the point where we are ready to install those bad boys to this crucible, and I'll show you guys exactly how these water jars work. And after that, we'll be able to make that magical hoe and hopefully get our silverwood trees to grow. So guys, I'll see you on the other side of this. Kablam! Kablam! Alright, Sabadiggity dogs, welcome back. We are ready to make our very first flux filter, which is going to allow us to make that arcane alembic. So check it out, guys. I've got all of the aspects in the crucible that we need to make this flux filter. You can see they're traveling across the enchanting facility into the infusion altar. So freaking sweet, man. And in the infusion altar over here, I'm going to make myself a flux filter for 24 Vis, 8 permutatio, and 8 purus. Of course, we have got a whole bunch of excess aspects over here that are being wasted, and that's going to go into the atmosphere and increase our flux even more. So we are entering dangerous territory right here, guys. We are actually entering very dangerous flux territory, and hopefully nothing too bad is going to happen in this episode, but you never actually know. I don't actually know what happens when the flux reaches like maximum levels, but I'm kind of scared. I'm not really looking forward to seeing what happens, but here we can make our very first arcane alembic because we've got that flux filter. We need some gold, a water jar, and our brewing stands in the infusion altar. And I think, where is my gold? There is my gold. And we've got the brewing stands. Let's just check that recipe one more time for the arcane alembic gold infusion filter. All right, I think I can remember that. So check it out, right? We've got gold like this. We've got our flux filter like this. We've got our water jar. Oh, was it like this? Yeah, I think it was like that, right? There we go. Okay, so that's going to make our very first alembic. It needs 71 Vis, but we've got this Wand of the Adept, which is awesome. We're going to need Aura, Vitreous, and Aqua. And I think Aqua comes from a bucket of water. That's right. And I think we can probably get the Aura one from these shards over here, which are in fact air shards. There we go. We can actually get 2. Oh, and we can get both of these aspects from this air shard. We can get Aura and Vitreous from this, and we'll get Aqua from 2 buckets of water. So we need to make another bucket of water over here. We've got another bucket. Nope. But we've got an infinite water source now, so that's pretty sweet. Let's make one more bucket. Oh wait, this is refined iron. What am I doing, man? There we go. So one more bucket of water. We're about to drop a whole bunch more aspects into the freaking into the atmosphere, but that's totally cool. I think we'll probably. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get this under control, guys. Just hold your freaking thumbs, man. Let's hope that nothing too bad happens over here. All right, let's chuck the buckets of water in there. So that's 4 aqua, 8 aqua. Let's get those. What else do we need to drop in here? Air shards, right? So we need to drop in, oh my goodness, that is so many excess aspects. We need 8 Vitreous and 8 Aura, right? So we've got 2 of each so far. Oops. 4, 6, 8. All right, there we go. We should see all the little bits going off to the infusion altar. All right, there we go, guys. We can make our very first Arcane Alembic. So let's do that, man. Kaplayam! Alright, sweet. There we go. Now, what we're going to be doing with this Arcane Alembic is actually really sweet. We're going to be adding it to the side of the crucible over here. So let's just make one more bucket of water over here, though, so that we can refill our crucible over there. So check it out, right? I'm going to be basically hanging this alembic off the side of the crucible. So as you can see, right, all of those excess aspects that we generate in the crucible go into these alembics. We can add 4 alembics all the way around a crucible. And to show you exactly how this works, why don't we make another alembic, right? So to do that, we have to make one of those flux filters. So let's head back to the infusion altar over here and get the flux filter recipe in place. And for this we need permutatio and purus, right? Now check it out. We get purus from diamonds, but we also get vitreous and that other one over there. I don't know what that one is. Oh, actually, the egg is a better one to use, right? Because there's only 2 aspects that come out of an egg. So check it out, right? What we're going to be doing is chucking these eggs into the crucible like this. So now we've got 2 permutatio and 2 of that pink thing over there. Let's chuck another one in there. And now we can throw in our diamonds like this. So we can get 8 purus, which is that water droplet over there. And that should complete the recipe in our infusion altar for another flux filter. There we go. All right. So I think what is going to happen now, when we make this flux filter, one of these excess aspects, hopefully that 24 one, the really high one, is going to go into this alembic over here, right? So check it out. Let's make this flux filter. And there we can see that this alembic has filled up with 16 of this vitreous stuff over here, right? So that is pretty awesome. Now, what we can do with this vitreous is that we can actually move this vitreous from the alembic into one of these watered jars over here. And the way that we do that is by using a thing called a vial. Where is the recipe for this thing? Over here, a glass vial. We need glass and clay in a workbench, so really, really easy to make. I think I've got some clay in here somewhere. Yep, there we go. And let's just check that one more time. Yeah, and glass. Have I got glass? Pretty sure I've got a whole bunch of glass up in here somewhere. There we go, 16 glass, that should be fine. Alright, so check it out, right? Now we can make a glass vial. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. There we go. We can make 8 glass vials. Sweet. And what we can now do is pick up this vitreous in the glass vial like that, right? So check it out. We've got two bottles of Essentia vitreous over here, and now we can add it to one of these jars over here by right-clicking. Now, when this infusion altar requires the use of vitreous, it will actually take the vitreous from the water jar instead of from the crucible. And in this way, we can stop these excess aspects going into the atmosphere by collecting them in these alembics. Of course, what we actually need is 3 more alembics so that we can maximize the collection of excess aspects over here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is finish off making these alembics, and I'll bring you back on the other side of this kaplam. Hopefully the flux hasn't overtaken our world by that stage. If it has, there won't be anything left of the cyber labs. I'll see you on the other side of this kaplam, my friends. Kaplam! Alright, cyber diggity dogs, welcome back. I have just installed the final Arcane Alembic to our crucible, and doesn't that look freaking sweet, man? Oh, that is so awesome. And these alembics have already started doing their job. As you can see, I've already collected some excess Praecantatio, some excess Motus, some excess, I think this is called Victus or Vivicis or something. Not entirely sure what that is, but we got 40 of those, which is awesome. And we've also got a little bit of this pink stuff in here. I think it actually has to reach more than 4 before you can collect it in a vial. But yeah, man, this is awesome. We are now managing to capture the excess aspects that are escaping the crucible and increasing our flux in our atmosphere, and that is absolutely awesome, man. And the next step for today's episode, guys, is to make that sweet ass magical hoe so that we can grow our silverwood trees to try and take control of the flux even more. And if we have a look at the recipe for the hoe of growth in the infusion altar, we need a wand of equal trade and a thormium hoe, and we need 100 V's for that and a whole bunch of these aspects over here. So why don't we get going with that, guys? Let's create this sweet ass magical hoe. The first thing that we need to do, of course, is make a thormium hoe, and we're going to do that just like as you would make a normal hoe, but in the arcane work table we'll make for ourselves a thormium hoe. That's the recipe required in the infusion altar. Man, I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable saying ho a lot, but what you gonna do? All right, let's have a look at the recipe for this thing. We need a wand of equal trade, and a wand of equal trade is really easy to make. A wand of the apprentice with some Vis shards and permutatio and instrumentum. So I've already created myself one of those. So let's get that in the infusion altar with the thormium hoe. And now what we need is instrumentum, messus, herba, and victus. And we can get all of this stuff from, we can get instrumentum from flint, we can get messus and victus from wheat, and we can get herba from greatwood leaves. So we've pretty much got everything that we need right here in my inventory to complete the construction of this hoe, which is so sweet. So let's head over to our crucible, which is bubbling away. And what I think we'll start with the greatwood leaves, right? How much of this herba do we need? We need 16 herba. And because we're using these goggles of revealing, we can actually make sure that we don't waste any aspects over here by putting in exactly 16 herba. So that is awesome. And what else do we need? 8 messus and 8 victus. So we can do exactly the same with wheat over here. Check it out. 2, 4, oops, 6, 8. And I think this is the very first time since we started playing with Thaumcraft that we're actually not wasting any aspects out of the crucible. So this is actually a really good day, man. All right, so we need 16 of these instrumentums from this flint. And I think I've managed to not absolutely like destroy the aura around here. All right, so 16. The only excess that we have over here is that rock over there, but that's going to be collected by one of these alembics, which is awesome. So check it out, right? We're going to head over to the infusion altar and make for ourselves this hoe of growth, Kaplium. And what should have happened is that those excess aspects should be collected in one of these alembics. There we go. So we'll collect that up and stick this in one of these water jars. Sweet! Check it out. Bam! Awesome, so we didn't add any more aspects to the flux over there, which is sweet. Let's head up to the surface, guys. And, oh, okay, one of our silverwood trees has sprouted naturally, but the second one over here is still a little sapling. And I think all we need to do is right-click on this bad boy. Bam! And we've got another silverwood tree up in here. Oh my goodness, check it out, man. Yes, it looks like it's absorbing some of the flux from here. Yes, looks, the flux has gone down to minimal. It's working. It's actually working. Oh man, that is so awesome. So what I think I'm going to do, guys, is probably take down these silverwood trees to get some more saplings out of them and plant a few more silverwood saplings, and that should help bring our flux down to really low levels. Already in the bottom left, guys, you can see that F minimal and aura is only 69 out of 69, so we have succeeded in taking control of our flux with this magical hoe and these awesome Arcane Alembics behind me. Oh man, that is absolutely awesome, guys. I am having so much fun playing Thaumcraft. It is so awesome. There's only one more thing to do over here, guys, and that is to connect these barrels up to the sorting facility to make sure that all of these Thaumcraft shards are coming into the enchanting facility. And that is going to basically be our Thaumcraft area of the Cyber Labs complete. So there we go. The barrels are connected. And what I'll do now, guys, off camera, is transfer all of the shards in the storage warehouse into the enchanting facility over here. I'll probably finish off the walls and stuff of this place also. But that is awesome, man. Check how sweet our Thaumcraft area is looking. I am absolutely loving this. And that is everything I wanted to achieve in today's episode, guys. We have taken control of the flux, which is epic. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys are enjoying this Thaumcraft adventure with me. It's been pretty complicated. I've spent many hours on this mod, but I am really enjoying it, I must say. It is very, very sweet. And it's very satisfying when you actually get to the point of like achieving stuff, like using water jars and using these Arcane Alembics and whatnot. It's really rewarding. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm gonna go off camera and sort out this enchanting facility. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode, where we will be installing all of our golems underneath the ReNStar space platform, and we can continue work on our major project for the series, which is creating the ReNStar. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been ReNDoG playing Minecraft Feed the Beast. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody!